Let's talk about genetic testing in child custody cases. My name's Carl Burkhead. I'm an attorney with Worth Law Office in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been practicing family law for about 7 years now, and I want to help you to make law easy by talking a little bit about when genetic testing comes into play and how it's going to look for you. So this doesn't actually happen as often as people would think, at least not in my experience. Usually, if you're in a situation where someone's asking for genetic testing, obviously it's because there's a question about who the father is. Um, you won't see this very often in divorce cases, but every now and then you will. Recently, I had a case that got very weird very fast because my client was married to the mom. Child was born, I think, right before they were married, or maybe just after. I can't remember specifically, but it was also within so many days of having the mom having been divorced from her ex-husband. That got hairy because under Oklahoma law, any child born within 300 days after a divorce is granted is deemed to be a child of the marriage. Also, under Oklahoma law, if you have a child with someone and then you marry them, it just kind of back goes back and retroactively establishes paternity. And so those two ended up conflicting, and we had a situation where it was just like, well, who's the dad? Who isn't the dad? What do we do? And ultimately, we had to get genetic testing done to be able to figure that out. Not every case is going to be that crazy. Usually, I mean, it happens more often than not. It's just a situation where, you know, casual fling turns into a child, and you have to kind of go back and figure out who's the father. Um, if you know who it is, and the father also says, "Hey, yeah, no, I'm dad. I'm absolutely dad," they can sign an acknowledgement of paternity. They can get listed on the birth certificate. They can establish a presumption of paternity. And then, if regardless of which side files a paternity case, they can just stipulate to yes, I'm the dad, and yes, he's the dad. This only comes into play where you need to get genetic testing done if mom files a case against John Doe and John says, "Hey, I'm not actually the father. Jim is," or John files a case against mom and mom says, "No, you're not really the dad. It's this other guy instead." Um, it can get kind of hairy, and if that's the case that you're looking at, definitely I want you to reach out to us. Um, Genetic testing is obviously very important because it's crucial to make sure that you know who the father is, so that way, one, your child can know their dad, and two, so that way the father can absolutely know that they have a child and do what's necessary to take responsibility for that child. If you have questions about this or if you need help with it, please give us a call. My name is Carl Burkhead. I'm with Worth Law Office, and I want to help you make law easy. Thank you.